Hi, I'm Richard Karn, and you may have seen me on TV talking about the world's #1 expandable garden hose. Well, the brand new Pocket Hose Copperhead with Pocket Pivot is here, and it's a total game changer. Old-fashioned hoses get kinks and creases at the spigot, but the Copperhead's Pocket Pivot swivels 360 degrees for full water flow and freedom to water with ease all around your home. When you're all done, this rust-proof anti-burst hose shrinks back down to pocket size for effortless handling and tidy storage. Plus, your super light and ultra-durable Pocket Hose Copperhead is backed with a 10-year warranty. What could be better than that? I'll tell you what, an exciting radio-exclusive offer just for you. For a limited time, you can get a free Pocket Pivot and their 10-pattern sprayer with the purchase of any size Copperhead hose. Just text WATER to 64,000. That's WATER to 64,000 for your 2 free gifts with purchase. WATER to 64,000.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Pocket Hose. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at pockethose.com/terms.
The following is a Red Apple Podcast Network presentation.
They say this is a big rich town. I just come from the poet's part. Bright light, city life, I gotta make it.
Welcome to Dominic Carter's podcast. This is Dominic Carter's City Hall. Now, here's Dominic Carter.
Red Apple Podcast, Talk Radio 77 WABC. You can listen to me, Dominic Carter, Monday through Friday, midnight to 1 a.m., midnight to 1 a.m. The last thing on earth that we need right now is the race card with the Jordan Neely subway choking incident involving a former U.S. Marine and reckless protest where people are jumping on train tracks, risking not only their lives, but the lives of police officers. This is my podcast. Let's go. New York City Mayor Eric Adams hit the right tone and response with the Jordan Neely case in terms of let's not rush to judgment as he blasted AOC to referring to the choking incident as murder. Adams appeared on CNN.
Question of vigilantism. What do passengers do in situations like that? Is it appropriate to take matters into your own hands?
Each situation is different, and how a passenger, we have so many cases where passengers assist of the riders, and we don't know exactly what happened here until the investigation is thorough. And each situation is different. I was a former transit police officer, and I responded to many jobs where you had a passenger assisted someone. And so we cannot just blatantly say what a passenger should or should not do in a situation like that. We should allow the investigation to take its course.
Let's deal with reality. No jury will convict this Marine. The homeless man, Jordan Neely, had a long history with mental illness, with approximately 44 prior arrests, and he was yelling and throwing garbage at train passengers, stating, quote, "I don't have food, I don't have a drink, I'm fed up," said Neely before the confrontation, adding, "I don't mind if I go to jail and life in prison, I'm ready to die." There's even a report Neely tried to push a strap hanger onto subway tracks the day before he died. This is not the time for politics. But this is what Governor Kathy Hochul had to say, calling for, quote, justice for Neely's family.
I do want to acknowledge how horrific it was to view a video of Jordan Neely being killed for being a passenger on our subway trains. And so our hearts go out to his families. I'm really pleased that the district attorney is looking into this matter. As I said, there have to be consequences. And so we'll see how this unfolds. But his family deserves justice.
And it's certainly not the time for the race card. Come on, City Councilman Kevin Riley. Save us the theatrics.
Black men are not safe. We are literally being choked out instead of given resources. I can't explain this to my kids no more.
I certainly don't spend time warning my African-American son about being quote-unquote choked out, and the councilman should know better. than this reckless behavior. The Marine did what our country trained him to do, and that is protect Americans. Imagine this Marine's life. The day before this incident, he's a regular guy in the New York area living his life. The day after, he's under attack by some nationwide. Then there are the reckless protests where people are jumping onto subway tracks, risking police officers' lives and theirs. Here is how some of you responded to the Neely case. This is Mike in Brooklyn.
I think the Marines should get a Medal of Honor. And for his defense, they should open up a GoFundMe thing. The reason why I say that is, how do you, I'll put it this way, two scenarios. Our train in Brooklyn and the World Trade Center. You don't know if that guy has a gun. He's going to start pulling out, shoot people. The man did the right thing. Dominic, the doors close. You're trapped inside that train. You take the man down.
Okay, but why the Marine? Why did the Marine act initially alone and none of the other passengers did? Mike, your opinion?
Because a lot of people are afraid to get involved at all.
Okay,
good, bad, or indifferent.
And this is Sammy in the Bronx.
A cop is held to a higher standard. All right, he can't use a chokehold. A civilian can.
Right.
Now, keep in mind, it's an enclosed environment. There's no way people. I'm not sure. I don't think you go from car to car anymore. I think you're locked in the car.
I think you are locked in the car. Go ahead.
And there's no ways to go. So you're allowed to, if the homeless man is acting improperly, like violently, you're allowed to take, the necessary force to subdue him. If you look at the film, right, they're not beating on him; they're trying to restrain him. And unfortunately, the sad thing is he passed away.
And how about Rob in Philadelphia?
But if this guy says, "I'll kill everybody on this car," I'm thinking of doing something. Okay, now I'm not saying he deserves to die, and I'm not saying anything like that, but. I mean, a threat against everybody in this MFing car is a threat against me, But I'll wait to see what comes out to make a final determination on that. But I will say one thing: these DAs and their misconduct with prosecuting criminals has effect on the law-abiding citizens in a bad way.
Agreed.
But they don't care about that. They don't care about that. But maybe they'll care about this. This person who is amongst the group of people that they seem to care about so much would still be alive if they actually enforced the law and he wasn't in that position to make those threats.
Agreed.
So there's a lot going on here, man.
Agreed. Because this Marine is a victim in all of this as well, and I'm going to say it. They're going to say they're going to be people who are going to get very upset with me, Rob. How can you say that the Marine is a victim? He choked this man out for 15 minutes. Well, why did he choke him out for 15 minutes? And
he's a victim of social circumstances.
Yes. And Will from Long Island.
Hey, Dominic, I'm not going to be like Kathy Hochul and jump out there and say, he was killed for being a passenger on the train. No, actually, he was being a menace on the train, okay? Homeless, mentally ill with 44, prior arrests. The man shouldn't even have been on the train. He should have been probably in jail if we actually convicted people for all these crimes and put them in jail.
Agreed.
Right. But I will say this, okay? Until I see more of the incident of what happened up until that point, if the Marine had a reasonable belief that his safety or the safety of the others was in jeopardy, then his actions are justifiable in self-defense, okay? Because he not only has to protect himself, he also can act reasonably in protecting others. And Dominic, I know you're a black guy. I have a lot of respect for black people in general. I'm not saying that this generalizes an entire group, but what we're dealing is in generalizations. People constantly saying, like you just had, the guy on the news said, we're being choked out. We're being choked out. Like this is like a prevalent thing that happens across the country. These are anecdotal incidents. But if you want to talk about violent crime by race, against race, it's very slanted one way. Okay, it's not white on black crime that's prevalent. It's the opposite of that. If you talk about true factual statistics, okay, and they use these incidents to drive divides and wedges between white and black communities. So we're constantly fanning these flames and creating, animosity. And let's not forget, it's really good for news, Dominic. Everybody's captivated right now. They love watching it.
And from the other perspective, the other side, this is Miguel in Flushing.
I can't believe that there are people calling here defending this Marine. Now, I understand he's a Marine and he defended this country and all that, but this is murder on the subway. You cannot I see these people all the time, these homeless. The one to blame for this is Bill de Blasio. He's the one that started this problem, and it has gone completely through the roof. But this is murder. You have to call it the way it is. 15 minutes to put someone in a chokehold is ridiculous. He will be charged, and he's going to jail.
At the end of the day, this is a tough situation. I don't want the Marine to be criminally charged in the Neely subway chokehold case. The Marine tried to help people, risking his own safety. The Marine did what our country trained him to do, and that is protect Americans. And do me a favor, spare us of the selective outrage. When the crime is black on black, nobody cares. Where are the protests and the live trucks then? But when it's white on black or involves a police officer, it is the end of the world. That is not right, and it won't help race relations.
Imagine this. The best pasta sauce you have ever tasted sits abandoned on a plate. Wasted sauce. That is a tragedy. If only you had used Barilla al Bronzo pasta. Its bronze-cut texture holds your sauce and scoops up every last drop. The Italians call that scarpetta. Capture sauce the Italian way. Barilla al Bronzo. Click or tap the banner to find out more.
And that wraps up this episode. Thank you, folks, for joining us. You can catch me on 77 WABC, weeknights, midnight to 1 a.m. Go check out the Dominic Carter merchandise at the 77 WABC store, from Dominic Carter t-shirts to hats and much more. Go to WABCRadiostore.com. Or if you're interested in my book on my life titled No Mama's Boy, which will be personally signed by me or my bobblehead doll, go to my website, DominicCarterOnline.com, or one word, DominicCarterOnline.com. Dominic Carter, Red Apple Podcast, Talk Radio 77, WABC.
I gotta make it.
Dominic Carter Socials on Twitter at Dominic TV and Facebook and Instagram. Dominic Carter TV. Email at dominic.carter@wabcradio.com. Until the next episode, be well. And as Dominic always says, stay positive. The glass is always half full, never half empty. Dominic Carter City Hall.